Hi friends, I have another craft for you today. Today we are going to be making some fun envelopes. Okay, that might be a little crazy, but any kind of paper you have, we are going to make some fun envelopes. These can actually be mailed. So you could put them in the mail. If it's a busy envelope on the outside, how cool is that? You might want to put an address label, but it will go right through the mail. So I'm going to show you a few different ways. Like this is called a wonky style. Isn't that cute? And what you would want to be doing with all these envelopes. Here's a wonky style with a little bit of bling. But you know, when you leave notes for your neighbor or for your relatives, or even sending them in the mail, all these can send. So it'd be fun. So this is a wonky style. This is long and this is more squared. This is asymmetric. We're gonna look at that. How fun. And this is more traditional, but tiny. So cute. And this is traditional, but actually it's a little wonky, less wonky. It's in between traditional and wonky. I don't know. Anyway, it's cute with this lace. Isn't that cute? Okay, so you can use any paper that you have around. You can use old sheet music, a sheet from a book, your favorite book. You can use a sheet from a magazine, just a page from the magazine. This is made out of construction paper. And these are little squares I've gotten from these books. Like, I just picked up this book yesterday. So cute, look. And this is a tiny one. You can get huge ones at the craft stores. This was at like Dollar General. Those are 12 by 12. These are 6 by 6. So cute. But I have a bunch of scrap paper and stuff around. So anyway, and to bling it up, if you want to decorate it, you can do that any way you want. You can cut out pieces from a magazine. If you're seeing pretty things that you want to like layer on top. I've got a bunch of little, I don't know if you call these notions, just scrap pieces of stuff that somehow I have. I have a bag of flowers, I have a bag of buttons. So anyway, we'll just see what we're going to do with all that. So let me show you the basic style of how to do these. And we're not going to do any measuring, so that's fun. You need some scissors, maybe a pen or a pen or a pencil, and I will show you how to do this without measuring. It's just simple. So the wonky ones are made out of a sheet like this, a rectangle sheet, but it could be a tiny rectangle sheet. How cute is that? But that's too small. So I'm going to use this so you can see. And so the first thing you want to do is we're going to make this one this way. This will be similar to this size. So we're just going to make four folds, actually, 2 on each side. So we are going to bring this in, and I'm just eyeballing it, like I said, no measuring. And this is like folding it over to about 1 inch is what I'm going to do. Try to eyeball it. Already I'm not even. So I folded this up. And now we're going to fold it up to make your base. So however far you want to go. And then this will be your top. So we're going to fold the top down. And it's not perfect, but it doesn't have to be, because I'll show you why. Okay. See? Now I folded 2 in this way. I folded up the bottom of my envelope, and I'm folding down my envelope. Hey, we also need glue. We either need, like I used a glue stick for these. Any kind of glue you have. Craft glue if you have that at home. I have a hot glue gun warming up, just for like the flour. I use the hot glue gun, but if I had something besides a glue stick, like regular school glue or craft glue, that would work too. But this glue stick says it's 2 times as strong. They also make office strength. I did not even know that existed. But there's office strength. Regular strength might work too. I know regular school glue or craft glue does. So anyway, I regress. We fold it this way, then we fold it up and down. Now then, I am going to mark my corners. See how we have corners? I'm gonna mark those with a pencil just so I can see it better. So, I'm gonna mark those, boop, boop, boop. And then I'm gonna freehand cut. So, this would be the bottom, right? This was the bottom that we folded up. I'm gonna freehand cut this space. And I'm just gonna trim it up, and I'm gonna end at that point I just made. End at that dot I just made. Cool. And now I gotta go to this side. So I'm gonna round it around and go to that point. That's my bottom. I'm gonna round that tip just a little bit. There we go. Now, I'm gonna start from this point, and these are my sides. I need as much of my sides as possible because I need to glue on them. So I am just going to start at that point and just barely go up like this, because I need space to glue. I'm gonna do the same thing at the top to reach down to the top of my envelope, and I'm going to the point, to that dot that I just did. Now this little square is going to be the top of my envelope. So I'm going to make like a swirly all the way down to this point. See? That's going to be the lip of my envelope. Isn't that cute? And now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Just barely up to the edge so I have some space to glue. Same thing on this one. And you can keep your scraps if you want to layer and decorate on top. But this is what it looks like. This is the bottom of my wonky envelope. This is the body of my wonky envelope. This is going to be the top, and then these are my sides. So I got a separate piece of paper here. Let me just show you. Maybe this will be easier. So I fold it on this side, and I fold it on this side, right? I fold it on those sides. Then I fold it up at the top. Kind of like a tic-tac-toe. Right? And then I got it upside down for you. Then that's where my folds are gonna go. But I just cut wonky here. Even there. A little wonky here. And even here. Just in case that helps you see better. I don't know. It's a thought. All right. So yay, here's my envelope. So all you do is fold in your sides and flip up your bottom. There you go. And then you fold down the lip and you've got your envelope. You can do the fun part on the ends, on the outside. And that's when, if you're gonna mail it, you probably need to put like a address label or something. Or you could do it the other way. And you could put your fun on the inside. So let me just flip my folds over. And when you open it, the inside is gonna look fun. See? Isn't that awesome? Yep, so cute. I think I'll leave it that way. So here is a trick so you know not to glue too high. See where the bottom meets the sides? Just make a little mark. Bottom meets this side. Make a little mark. That's what the pencil's for. I do it up underneath so you can't see it. And then when I open it, I'll see where my mark is. You can't see that, but I can. And then you just take your glue. I'm going to use a glue stick. This one is not industrial, but it is extra sticky, and I'm just going to glue down. From my mark down. Fold it up. Hold it for a second. And we have an envelope with a cute inside. Isn't that awesome? So that's a wonky envelope. You can do the exact same thing, but we held our paper this way. You just hold it this way. So you fold over, fold up and down, and you'll make a long one like my purple one. I don't know if you can see on camera or not, but the edges are brown of these envelopes so that you can see the seams. And I would have loved to do that with like an ink blotter, an inker, but I don't have one. And so, but I do have some antique wax and a sponge. And so I just put some antique wax, which is just fancier brown paint. But and then I edged it like this with the paint. You can also use a wipe, like a baby wipe or any kind of wipe that you have, and stick your finger in it and just edge it. It looks cute. It looks really cute with some of the colors. This one's so busy it's hard to see. But so that's wonky. Asymmetrical. Asymmetrical. You take a also a rectangle piece of paper, not square, and you fold over to the center. We're not creasing, we're just meeting our ends to the center. This one's going to be the wide ways, and then I am going to just pinch this corner so I see where my center is. I'm just finding the center without measuring because I'm not measuring today. And then I'm going to take my pencil and make a little mark so I know where that edge is. Okay, so I took my rectangle paper, folded it in half, find my center. This is for an asymmetrical. It's also not measured, but sharp edges instead of curvy, like my wonky. So then I'm going to take my corner and I'm going to fold it down at a triangle to that center. So one thing you could do is take another piece of paper and kind of lay it up there so that you're straight. You know, like I could take my envelope that I have and place it there and make sure that I'm going straighter than not. So then you just fold that over, crease it. Now I'm going to take this bottom one and crease it exactly the same, but up against this edge that I just created. So you take your bottom corner, and I did the exact same thing, just up to the one that I already made. And just press it down. Asymmetrical. Guess what? This is going to be the bottom of my envelope. I just fold it up just like that. Now all you want to do is make sure you have some sort of a edge here, because that's what's going to hold your help hold your envelope together and hold your note or whatever you're putting inside. Then we just fold the top one down. So, like on this one, I did this out of green. If you can see that with the little brown I put on there. I left like a little W. But you can cut that off. Any kind of cuts that you make can make it squared. Like on this one, I think I'm gonna cut straight across-ish, because I'm not measuring. I'm gonna mark where this tip meets my sides, and I'm gonna cut straight across on this one. See what that looks like. So I'm gonna make a little mark where my tips meet. And I'm gonna take my scissors and cut across. And I may be straight, I may not be straight. Now I have a little triangle if I wanna decorate with that. Fold my bottom up. And I have a flat space instead of a W. That's cool, I like that. Now I'm just gonna fold over my top. As far down as I want to go. It's my envelope. And I just folded it down. Isn't that cute? Then you can cut any of these edges, or you don't want to, or you don't have to. See how that made a triangle right there? I could just cut it off right on the creases, and then I won't have that part. Or I can leave it. Did I leave it on this one? Nope, I cut it off on that one. It doesn't matter either way. So I will cut my creases for that little triangle that's on my top flap. But you don't even have to do that part. You can just leave it. So here are my sides, here's my bottom, and now my top flap doesn't have that triangle. And I have another triangle to layer up and make a decoration if I want to. So I leave that pointy. I could make it flat if I wanted to. It's just asymmetrical. Very functional. So then here I would glue from here and up to make my envelope. Here I don't even need to mark anything. I need to glue everything except for this top part. So why don't we do that? There's another little extra flap at the bottom because I'm folding. I don't even have to mark anything. I don't know if I said mark or measure. I don't need to mark because my flat space up there showed me how far to go or not to go. And now I have a cute little envelope. How cool is that? So 2 different ways so far. Wonky, we made a wonky one. Oh, this one's got the pretty color on the outside, or the design on the outside. It looks like crumpled paper. And this one has it on the inside. So wonky, asymmetrical. So one way you can make this one, the way I made this cute one, I added some lace on the top. It's so cute. But I made it exactly like I made these guys, except remember on my diagram, and I was cutting off these edges with I was cutting them all loopy. Instead, I would cut off these outside squares. Now, can you see that? I don't even know. You cut off these outside pieces and fold it squared, and that's how I ended up with this. Still didn't measure anything. I just cut my outside squares off. I folded my inside, flipped up, flipped down, boom. Got yourself a envelope. Okay, what are we going to do with this fun paper? If you want to make a more traditional envelope, it is just like the asymmetric envelope, except you're using a square piece of paper. That's the only difference. Instead of look at this pretty square piece of paper. Instead of a rectangle, you're using a square piece of paper. So This is 12 by 12. Once I cut off the little advertisement thing up here. So let's cut that off. This did not come out of my cute little pad, but I got this before I saw that cute pad of paper. All right, so 12 by 12. You find your center. So I'm gonna fold it. And this is so pretty. I have to put this stuff on the outside. I'm just excited about it. Okay, so I find my center, 12 by 12. And I'm gonna mark it so I don't mess up. And I'm gonna fold my paper on that center. And again, you might want to have another piece of paper to help you make sure you're going straight. But I'm close enough. Okay. Fold it down just like that. Now, remember when we fold it up like this and we butt it up against each other with the triangle? Since it's a square piece of paper, it's going to meet in the middle. So, if I bring my other one over to the point, I'm going to look like that. Fold up the bottom, fold down the top. Traditional envelope. You know what else you could do if you want to do a specific size, but you're not measuring per se? If you have a card, like you have a cardstock note, that you could place inside of your folds and make the envelope exactly the size of the card that you're going to put in. So if you have a card, a note card, or whatever kind of card, you can place it on the bottom and you can make your folds exactly so that it would fit. So I'm gonna pull this up. How far do I want to go? I'm gonna go up pretty far. Increase. See? Now remember on this last, on the asymmetric one, I made a mark and cut my paper. I think I want to do that on this one so I have a cool little triangle. So I'm going to mark the back side of my paper where my triangles meet. Open it up and cut it. It'll be somewhat straight. And if you like to measure things out, you can measure things out. See? Oh my gosh. That looks great. I don't have to make a mark to see where I'm going to glue. I'm going to glue these two sides and these two sides. This glue stick's working great. Again, whatever glue you happen to have. This is that crazy glue stick that comes on purple and then dries clear. I guess that's so you can see it. I don't know. Isn't that cute? You could round your edges. They make, if you do any kind of scrapbooking, they have these little tools that you just put on the corner, snip, and it rounds everything. It's so nice. All right, I'm gonna fold this down. I don't have one of those, but if you have one, that would work. I'm gonna fold this down. And look, I have a traditional envelope. Isn't that crazy that you think, will this thing mail? Yes, it absolutely mails. And it looks really cool. And you just put a label on it. And the people at the post office have to do that by hand, but it's okay. I don't think the machine will read it. I'm not sure, but it does go through the mail. So you can cut these corners off if you want. I'm gonna keep it there. I think that's gonna reinforce my envelope. And then you could round the top, or you could scallop it. It's whatever you wanna do. Isn't that cool? Now then, if you want to just decorate some stuff. Now, did I do all of mine? Yep, I think I did. But look at all this fun stuff you could just decorate with. I've got flowers. When I made this one, remember I told you I cut off the squares? I've got squares here. I'm gonna decorate. These are the little squares. They're not technically squares, they're rectangles. So I layered them. And I'm gonna decorate my purple flower, my purple envelope with this pink rosy. I'm gonna put it off to the side, I think, and then put this purple flower on it. Yep, that's totally what I'm gonna do. So you could be as creative as you want, or you can keep it simple. It's whatever you want to do. This one I'm not gonna mail. I'm gonna make my friend a note and just send it to her. I mean, hand it to her. Got too much glue on there. Cute. Look, I think that's adorable. Now I'm gonna put my flower here. I'm gonna use glue gun. I do not think my glue stick is gonna make that work. So I'm gonna use my hot glue. This will not go through the mail because I have a flower on there. I don't guess. I mean, they'd have to do it by hand, but I'm not sure if that could go in the mail. But how cute is that? My friend loves purple, so she's gonna get a handmade card for me. Anyway, I've got lace and just little pieces of, I don't even know where I got all this stuff. Just little pieces of ribbon. I can make like a messy bow. I don't know what this is, but it's cool. This gold stuff. Anyway, we could play all day, but we don't have time. So I guess we'll stop. Thanks for joining me. So fun. I hope you make your own envelopes. Why not? Even if you don't have a note to send, it's super fun. And that's it for today. Hope you had a good time. And we'll see you next time. Bye.